Hello and welcome to Colts training camp out here at Grand Park. I'm Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins from Indy Star. Nate, I feel like 3 days in, maybe this is just me, but the way I feel like I'm waiting for somebody in the quarterback competition to have a really just all good day. And maybe it's too early in camp for that to happen. We just haven't had a super standout day. We've had some flashes of plays from both of them, but they're always kind of tempered by something else.
Yeah, I just think that's sort of the makeup of these two quarterbacks right now. I mean, you've got one who's a journeyman in Daniel Jones, who's started a lot of games, but his team moved on from him, and this was the one in the offseason that gave him a chance to come in here and have a chance to start. Got Anthony Richardson, who's missed so many games, been in and out, but also got sat down in a benching last year. He's got to prove it as well, and you just see both of their flaws in some different ways. I feel like with Anthony, I thought today was his best day so far, but there were moments where, when he does miss throws, they're big misses. And with Daniel Jones, he's missing fewer throws in the accuracy. It's much different, but really hard to find dynamic throws out of him. It just feels very basic. And so, so far it's only been 3 days, and so it's got to get better from here, but it has not hasn't knocked any socks off so far.
One thing on the flip side, this is a secondary with Reno. They have been very impressive. A lot more hands on the football than we've seen in the past. You expected that with the upgrade in talent, but to see it day in, day out, play in, play out, and even as you're coming off of the starters and moving into the backups, I'm writing down a ton of pass breakups in my notebook, and I think that's definitely something that I think the Colts need. The Colts need, and the fan base has wanted to see for a long time.
Yeah, I just think the playmaking on this defense is going to be much, much higher. There's still concerns that we've gotten into with the linebackers, some of the run defense stuff. But the issue with the secondary last year wasn't just that they didn't cover well. They just never made any plays. And now when you add in the playmaking of Travaris Ward and Cam Bynum, who have been among the league leaders in pass breakups, Justin Walley flashing some of those skills, get Kenny Moore back into that kind of mode, and then mix that with what the pass rush could do. All of a sudden, I think this could be a big kind of explosive defense. Not perfect defense, but one that actually makes an impact on games the way that they used to under Matt Eberflus when they forced all the turnovers, and that just went away the past couple of years. But I think this group's going to get back to it.
My play of the day so far, we've been giving you these every day. My play of the day goes to Hunter Wohler and Will Mallory. You don't see a ton of big hits in the non-padded portion of training camp. There was a little pass into the flat. Hunter Wohler absolutely obliterated Will Mallory in the flat, but Mallory caught it. That was the thing. He made the catch. It was a difficult catch to make. He still made it. Would have been for a short gain. Kind of one of those, you see good play on both sides of the ball. Felt like real football for the first time so far in camp. That's my play of the day. I'll have a little bit more on Hunter Wohler in our observations today.
Yeah, my play of the day was from the first-round pick, Tyler Warren, with a nice shoestring grab on a ball that I thought he wasn't even going to get a hand on. Managed to just reach way down and grab it from Anthony Richardson and stay on his feet somehow. So that shows you a little bit of the skills that made him that type of pick. And I thought today was his most active day, and that was the best highlight.
He had another one where he had to reach behind himself with his left hand and pull in one that really should have never. It was a short throw. It never should have been that far away from him, but he made the catch anyway. For the Indy Star, I'm Joel A. Erickson. This is Nate Atkins. Colts will be back out here tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. It will be hotter. I will be sweatier. We'll be here anyway.
Has been talking about you. What have you tried to prove each and every day that you've been out here to get the run with the ones that you've seen come?
Really just prove to myself that I am who I think I am. I just come out here every day with the intent just to get better, no matter from with the ones, twos, or threes. Just come out here with just the mindset that just to get better every day.
How impactful is it to have the level of veterans that you do in your group, especially guys like Kenny Moore and Mooney, to work with, learn from?
It's really helpful, especially for the higher IQ level plays. They really give me insight. Some days they're not out there with me. They watch from the sideline and say, hey, did you see it like this? Well, I saw it like this. So for them to share their how they see things really helps me out a lot on the field.
What's it been like just kind of keeping everything straight in your head, whether it's playing outside, playing inside? You started outside on day one, then you went inside on day two. What's that like from a classroom standpoint and playing on the field?
Really just a testament to all the guys in the room. Everybody is open arms helping me out. You got guys that, like Kenny, he tell me all the small details of nickel. Before and after practice, helping me with the small details of that. On the outside, all the outside corners, Juju, JJ, all those guys really helping me on my craft out on the outside too. So just them helping me out makes it a lot easier for me.
What's the biggest learning curve mentally and physically here as a professional?
Well, obviously it's a whole new system, a whole new playbook, a whole new coaches. So just everything's so new. So that's kind of the hardest part. Going out there and competing against athletes that are 5 times better than they were in college is pretty much the challenge. But to go out there every day and get better, and it'll come.
What's it been like with Lou?
Oh, he's great. He's a hard coach. He's always on me, but it's something I need, and he's gonna make sure I'm out there doing the right thing.
Lou said that you guys have really picked up right where you left off after minicamp, kind of in that spring, early summer period. What has allowed you guys to seemingly play so fast, play so together to start out training camp?
Yeah, kind of like you said, like in minicamp, we installed the whole playbook. So coming out here, it was really just restarting from the first install and get your feet on the ground. We're already rolling, so it's pretty much easy.
So you talk about getting better each and every day. What steps are you taking in order to meet your goal this season?
Really off the field, you got guys who do extra meetings with me, making sure I'm 5 steps ahead of the game plan. Like last night, we had guys with me making sure that everything we did today, I knew what to do pretty much for corner and nickel. So, like I said, like all the guys in the room were very helpful to make it easier for me.
And this is in addition to everything else you already have to do for the team. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Who were some of the guys that put you to the side, and how did that kind of come about?
Pretty much Kenny, Juju, JJ, like I said, Travis, like everybody just pretty helpful. And anytime I have questions, they'll sit me down and explain it thoroughly how they see it, and just help me out.
Start off, what's the transition been like from outside to inside the offensive line and that position at right guard?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a little bit different. Speed of it, where to put your hands, and, different run angles and pass angles, where to keep your eyes. So it's definitely a big transition, but, we had some good work in OTAs. We're off to a fast start here, so, still got a bit of learning to do, but I feel like I'm doing great.
How's it feel to be going with Tanor? I mean, Ryan was obviously there for like 8-9 years beforehand, but you and Tanor kind of get to experience this together a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely new. So, yeah, we're both doing a great job, doing a good job communicating. Just playing with different centers each day. Danny or Tanner, they're both doing a great job helping me out with communication, where to go, where to keep my eyes, and stuff like that. So.
I know you had to go in and tackle a decent amount last year, but were you ready to play guard if they called on you last year?
Yeah, I mean, during the early parts of the year, I definitely had some playing time during the practices at guard. So I had one snap against Miami. So when I was practicing, for sure, I was had some guard experience, but nothing in the game. So I was ready to go. Just a matter of doing it over and over and over. So
how hard do you grade that one snap?
I mean, I thought it was pretty good, but obviously, still got to clean up the footwork and stuff like that. wasn't the greatest, but I thought it was pretty good.
On a serious note, though, is there anybody you studied around the league, or even on your same team, as far as what do I need to do that's a little bit different? Obviously, you know your responsibilities, but just I guess seeing reps or seeing how it should look.
Yeah, I mean, when we're going through individual, I just look at Q. I mean, obviously, he's one of the best in the league, so just taking experience from him, it obviously helps out every day. And then, late at night, if I'm done watching my film or whatever, I'll go look at some really great right guards in the league, see what they do, can kind of pick up and see if I'm, something similar. And, Q is the best of the best. You're going to get the best right there. So.
Does that make it easier, like this offseason, knowing kind of that right guard is what I need to do instead of learning left tackle, right tackle, everything else?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, for years, even in college, I've been flipping sides. I was just wanting to, hone in and perfect my craft at one spot. It's something I've really wanted to do, and it makes it a lot easier for me because, now when I do stuff over and over and over, can feel pretty good about it and then, be locked into it. So.
I don't know who had the false starts today, but I'm sure Coach Tony was thrilled about that. Just what does it take in terms of from a concentration perspective to avoid those?
Yeah, just locking in pre-snap. When we get a cadence, getting up there, reminding each other. Just got to lock in, put it in the back of your mind. I try to do something where I shake my chin, kind of just makes me think less. So. To be able to do that, I mean, just got to lock in and communicate to each other a snap count, whether it's a, one word something. Hey, it's on this. So yeah.
What's your relationship like with Tanor since you guys came in together?
I mean, we've been through everything together. I mean, since his first start, he's been there for my first start. So, even rooming last year in camp together. So just coming in, we've been through past year with each other. So it's been pretty special, and we're ready to keep growing for sure.
Now pretend that he's not standing.
I'd still say he's a pretty good guy.
Who's your favorite teammate?
It's a tough one. Could be you. Could be somebody else. I'm gonna hold off on that one.
That's good.
We'll ask you this: what is it like going through this? Basically being injected in the starting lineup next to Matt. You guys are going through it together.
Some big shoes to fill with Ryan and Spud. I think those are two really tremendous players that this team's had for multiple years now. So obviously the bar is high. We don't step in with the expectation of being any drop-off, So it's been a challenge to me and Matt both, but I think we're doing a great job at, learning each day, getting better, finding one thing to improve upon, and doing our best for ourselves and the group.
What did you learn from Ryan?
Ryan was just he did a lot of things super well, and I think just a lot of small technicalities in football that, in college you can get away with certain things. I think you're just a better player, better athlete than some of the guys you're going against, where once you get to the NFL, you go against guys like Grover Stewart, you make that same mistake that you were able to get away with. He's embarrassing you. So it's there's definitely a learning curve, and Ryan had a lot of little small tricks and tips that he kind of used on a daily basis that he helped me out, taught me, and it's been really, really helpful.
Have you been on the other end of the Grover giggle when you're trying to manhandle someone to start talking about?
Absolutely. I think you watched that Vikings clip last year, and I think I had probably one of those in the first couple days. And obviously, Grove's a lot of man. He's a great player. He's super strong, super powerful, and I think especially, there's a learning curve to it all. It's the NFL. The bad players are good, and the good players are really, really good. So the standard is you have to be great every play, every snap. And Grover's a guy that really holds you to that. So it's great work going against him every day, and really, really enjoy getting to know him and play against him.
You and Danny have been flip-flopping some reps. What do you learn from him just throughout this process? A guy who's been here obviously longer than you.
Just kind of what it takes to be consistent. Danny does a great job every day coming in, being the same guy. He has the same routine. And he's been doing this for a long time. You don't stick around this long in the NFL by not doing things right. And that's something that I really appreciate Danny for. Even though we're competing, he's still a great teammate. Someone I can always lean on, ask questions to, tips, tricks, what he does, what he likes, and pick each other's brains. And I think that's the really cool part about it, is that even though it is a competition, we're still friends in the locker room, we're still close, and we both want the job, but he's still really good about, being helpful, and it's not just like, hey, me versus you right now. It's still, when one of us wins, we still need the other guy to be there, be ready to play if anything ever happens.
How's the relationship been with Coach Connell, just developing after a full year with him and obviously coming to this franchise?
It's been great. I think, obviously year two, the expectations are more. Year one, you're given a little more leniency on mistakes you can make just because there's a lot being thrown at you. So this year, just kind of, you come in, it's like, wow, the playbook, it's not as crazy as I thought it was last year. There's not that much, not as bad. But so, year two, I think the expectation is be better. Don't make the same mistakes twice. Find something to work on every day. And he does a great job at calling me out when I need to be called out. Finding little things to improve upon every day. And even on the reps you win, hey, what could I have done better? And I think he's tremendous in that aspect.
Is there a difference in an approach maybe mentally when you have quarterbacks who are kind of cycling through in the backfield? I know you guys are focusing on your thing, but you kind of have that in a subconscious thing of who's behind you and how you need to maybe do things differently?
Somewhat, but I think those two do a great job at having the same cadence, same style of mechanics in the huddle, where you don't really notice a big trade-off when one's in, the other's not. And I think play style, they're both very similar, and the aspects that they're mobile, they're able to make throws on the run, which is the nice part, is that the playbook, the play calls are very similar for both guys. And I think that's just something you can't let affect you. Obviously, guys are going to get hurt during the year in general. I think last year we had 9 linemen start, so you can't let differences in the lineup change what you do, your preparation and your on your day-to-day basis.
Is there anyone around the league, center-wise, that you look at? I don't know if there's a lot of center highlight tapes on YouTube, but just people that you look at body size-wise or whatever that you can say, okay, this is how it's supposed to be.
I think I watched a lot of Jason Kelce, especially coming out of college. It's somebody that obviously is an extremely, extremely good player. Been doing it at a very high level for a long time, just retired recently. But going back, watching his tape, what he does well, just kind of knowing that we have some similarities in the speed aspect, and what are some things that he did that gave him the edge over guys, that may be a little bigger, a little stronger, but what gave him the edge, what footwork, what technique, what hand placement did he use? Just because even, he played in Shane's offense, and Shane raves about him, how great of a center he was, how great of a leader he was. So obviously just someone you kind of look up to growing up, and then in the NFL, just a great person to roll your or shape your play after.
Last year when they drafted you and Matt, they said a big reason was because you guys fit perfectly into the room, the O-line room, as players, your personality, everything. So a year later, how do you think you've ingrained yourself into the culture? Quentin and Braden and Ryan helped them.
I think year one, you got to kind of earn your stripes a little bit. So you come in, you're a little quieter, kind of know your role. You can't be a super outspoken rookie. Otherwise, they're probably going to tell you some things you don't want to hear. But they've been a great group of guys. I think they could have been a lot worse to us, but they were really extremely helpful. And I think our year one development, like even Q, like, hey, he's like coming in the spring, like, hey, you guys, really good chance you'll have to play at some point this year. You don't know when it's going to be, you don't know when your opportunity is going to be, but we need you getting better every day, so that when your opportunity does come, you guys are ready. And I think, as you get to know those guys, get to know who they are, what they like to do outside of here, we have a really special group in there, a really close group, and I think that allows us to play seamlessly when guys come in on and off the field. When we have new guys coming in, there's not a huge drop-off in play, and I think that's a huge piece of it.